So the first thing I want you to think about when we talk about making decisions is, so many times we think there's the right decision and the wrong decision. I love the picture on here because sometimes there's a good decision, sometimes there's a better decision, and sometimes there's the best decision. It's not just what's right and what's wrong, although that does apply also. But I do want you to be thinking about when you're faced with a tough decision, what helps you to make the right decision. And you'll notice I put quotation marks around right, because what's right for you and what's right for me might not necessarily be the same. And you want to make the best decision for you. And what do you do to help you? I wish we were in class. I'd love to hear some of your comments on what strategies that you do have that help you. And as we wrap up this at the end of this, if any of you have any other suggestions you'd like to share, please email me on this, and I'll share it with the class. I would love to hear some of your ideas on what to do to help you to make better decisions, because what we're going to go through today happens to be called the Great Decision Model. And the reason they call it the Great Decision Model is because each of these letters, GREAT, are the steps in helping you, the steps that you should practice and go over, so pretty soon it becomes automatic when you're faced with the decision to start with the G and then the R and the E and then the T. And so we're going to go through each of these steps on making the great decision, making the best decision for yourself. So let's start with the first one, which is the G. And as you can see, the G stands for give thought to the problem. And very seldom do we have to make a decision on the spur of the moment. Sometimes yes, but most of the time we have some time to think about it. And that's a key component, is to take time to think about steps that we're going to go through, and take some time before you make that decision so that you make the right decision. Now, when we're giving thought to the problem, there are really 3 steps that I would like to go through. The first one, as we're giving thought to the problem, is what are the risks involved? When you're giving thought to a problem, you have a decision, you're thinking, what are the risks? And as you can see here, there are 2 risks, reasonable risks and unreasonable. Reasonable risk would be those that the chance of hurting you and or someone else is relatively low. Unreasonable risk would be where the chance of hurting you and or someone else is relatively high.